Namaste, I'm Abby Webster Moran, and I'm here today to teach you how to chant Om. I do lots of mantra practice and teachings with different groups, and I'm trying to make that easier and accessible to people so it's not so overwhelming or intimidating or mystical. It's really an approachable practice. What I love about mantra is it's accessible to everyone. It's an important part of a well-rounded yoga practice. And not everyone enjoys it, and not everyone has to do it to have a great yoga practice. I don't mean to say that, but it's so beneficial. And the lovely thing is, no matter what's going on in your physical body, there are times we can't practice the postures or don't want to, but we still need that nourishment from the inside, spiritually and emotionally and mentally. And so the practice of mantra is an excellent practice that literally anyone can do. You can stay seated and you just have to be able to use your voice. And for those of you who can't use your voice, you can think of the mantra over and over or write the mantra over and over and have some similar effects. So chanting mantra will calm the central nervous system. Chanting this particular mantra, Om, is what we're looking at today. We're looking at, you can see the symbol here is the pranava, or the Om symbol. And Om is the sound of the universe. If you see the word universe, uni means one, verse means sound, and that sound is Om. It's our shared vibration. When we chant it alone, we can raise our own vibration, but when we chant it together, the benefit is increased significantly. And so I just want to break it down a little bit today. I'm going to chant it a few times here in a moment, and then pick it up along with me as we go. And you can come back to this video anytime, or just take the information with you and start to utilize it and practice it. This just shows kind of some of the different meaning of the symbolism, although there is a lot more than just what I found here at yogiapproved.com. I'm using their graphic today. It talks about how the symbol itself really connects us to the waking state, the dream state, and the deep sleep part of the mind, really connecting us to past, present, and future. It reduces stress. It helps us manifest our desires. When we chant Om regularly, it increases our energy. It can strengthen parts of the body. And it helps us control our emotions when our impulses to get upset or to react to something. When we have a mantra practice or a meditation practice or other mindful practices, it can kind of remind us to pause. It gives us some space before reacting all of the time. So it's really beneficial in a lot of ways. And Om is the simplest one to start with. It is a bij mantra or a seed mantra. It is and can be practiced on its own. However, you will find it at the beginning and the end of many, if not most, traditional Sanskrit mantras or chants. So let's get to it. A-U-M, although sometimes you will see Om as O-M. The A-U-M all have significance, and it's A, U, M. And there is a little emphasis sometimes on the A, but the primary emphasis is going to be on the oo. It's not an O sound, it's more of an oo sound. And then you hold the like yum, and then there's a distinct end and space at the end before you move on to the next, either if you're chanting a round of Oms or into the rest of another mantra, there's a space, a very distinct space at the end of the The first couple of times I'm going to chant it, I'm going to exaggerate the ah so you can get that. And sometimes people do that, but when you're chanting, say 108 rounds, which is traditional, or if you're getting ready, using it at the beginning of a mantra, we don't hold it out so much. It's more of a unified sound, so it really just sounds more like Om. All right, so it's nice to sit in a chair, but you could stand if you like. Having your sit bones level and your feet on the ground is nice, the spine nice and tall. You could take a mudra with your hands. And so I'll inhale deeply and I'll exhale into the Om sound. Oh. time. Try it with me. And then we generally take a moment to rest in the residue, this subtle shift in energy or awareness we kind of notice when we release things during those practices. And it's really subtle at first. It could take many, many years to start to really palpate that sensation or that shift in energy. And some people never do, and that's okay. You're not doing it wrong. We just all perceive things differently and in different timelines rather. So give that a shot. Practice Om. See if you can even do it. Just, maybe start with three rounds. Chant Om 3 times a day and work your way up to 12 times. And then maybe you could do 9 rounds of 12 before you know it, which is 108 rounds, which again is traditional. You could get a set of mala beads. Let me grab one of my sets here. This is actually my husband's set that I gifted him with a while back. But when you do mantra with a set of mala beads, which these are, traditionally you hold it in your right hand, but if you hold it in your left hand, nothing bad will happen to you, I assure you. The tassel or the guru bead or the master bead here is at the end. You never really count that one or cross that one. No one crosses the master is a way to keep that in mind. So when you do your practice, it will be in your right hand, maybe say your ring finger, middle finger, and your thumb. You can kind of spin the bead while you're doing the chant. Om doesn't take long at all to do 108 rounds. Of course, some of the longer chants take longer, but it helps you keep count. You just move the bead down after you've done the chant, and eventually you make your way all the way around to 108 rounds. So someday maybe try that. And when you do so, I think it's kind of a nice way to be the scientist of your own body and your own being. Kind of observe your state of mind, your state of being, quality of your breath, all of those things before the mantra practice. And then when you've worked your way yourself up to the 108 rounds, then track your progress and make note of how you feel after, and just observe and see if you notice a difference. Make notes of it, do it for a week, a month, and track that progress and see if anything shifts or changes in your life. It certainly can't hurt you.